Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vipum Ahustva Mrishaya Sarve Devarshi Naradastatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Translation. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages, such as Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa, confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me." I'll again read. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages, such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa, confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me." So let's see how many of the items you can remember about what Arjuna is addressing to Lord, what all he is. Let's hear from Virat, what all things you can remember.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you are the ultimate controller.
Sorry?
You are the ultimate controller.
Not exactly. That's not mentioned in that list. Okay, let's hear from Arya Prabhu. Any of that list? Any of that?
Wait, can you repeat the question again, Prabhu?
We read the list of attributes of the Lord, which Arjuna is addressing to the Lord with. So, yeah. So, if you remember any of those in that list,
Is it some of the six opulences? So
no. We just read the translation, right? Translation we had seen that how Arjuna is addressing the Lord. You know, certain attributes of the Lord. He is addressing the Lord with that. So some list is given in this translation. I just read twice, right? So if you remember any of those. Okay, Srinivasan Prabhu. Srinivasan Prabhu. You remember?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. What is it about, Prabhuji? The Arjunas?
Okay, I think I'll again read.
No. This is the verse about Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram.
Yeah, I just read the translation, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what are items?
Oh, I was little away from my phone, Prabhuji, but I know the essence of this verse actually on a high level.
We want at our level, not very high level. Okay, Virat, you remember any item?
Hare Krishna, I think you said absolute truth, right? One of them.
Yeah, so that absolute truth is having some attributes which Arjuna is mentioning. So one of the attributes of the absolute truth, also the absolute truth, which is Arjuna is saying. Yeah, that is true. Like that, some more attributes are also there.
He's the supreme destination. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. Abode. Supreme abode.
Okay, ultimate abode.
Yeah, ultimate abode.
Param Dhama.
Yes, Param
Dhama is like abode, not
yeah.
Not the ultimate destination. Though that is the ultimate destination, but so all are ultimate destination.
And then he also says the purest.
Purest, correct. Pavitram. Yes. Correct. Okay, I'll again.
And he's the original Purusha. What is it?
Original person.
Person from whom everything has emanated.
Yes. Correct. Yes. I'll show you again. So you know the English version, but I mean Sanskrit. So he says, so you are the supreme personality of Godhead, the Param Brahma. Then Param Dhama is ultimate abode. Pavitram, the purest. Pavitram, Paramamidam is absolute. And then Shashvatam, eternal. Divyam, transcendental. Shashvatam, Divyam, Absent Divyam. Then Adi, what is that? Adi Devam. Adi Devam is original person. Ajam is unborn. Vibhum, the greatest, which was all opponents is the greatest. Then what all sages have confirmed? Narada, Asta, Devala, and Vyasa. And now you yourself are also explaining about it. Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Adi Devam, Ajam. Vibhum. Purport in these two verses, the Supreme Lord gives a chance to the Mayavadi philosopher. For here, it is clear that the Supreme is different from the individual soul. Arjuna, after hearing the essential 4 verses of Bhagavad Gita, which is called Chaturshloki Bhagavad Gita, in this chapter, became completely free from all doubts and accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He at once boldly declares, "You are Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality of Godhead." And previously, Krishna stated that he is the originator of everything and everyone. So this is also a very important point that that actually Prabhupada, once he was asking, some of his disciples asking, he eye to eye, he is asking, do you believe Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God? Do you believe? Do you have faith? Do you really believe and have faith that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God? So then the disciples were like, am I really believing? Am I really, in all my heart, really truly believe and accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of God? So this is a very important question we can ask to ourselves and see, what way we can truly accept this fact. So it's important, and it is sometimes seen in our attitudes, in our responses in this world when we undergo certain things, certain issues, how we react. Because iti matva bhajante ma, buddha bhava samangita. So aham sarvasya prabhu, matta sarvam pravartate. Somebody who knows Krishna's supremacy, he accepts him, then he will be engaging in the devotional service from determination. So that will be the outcome of that. And we can see also those souls like Srila Prabhupada kind of personality, because of, so their conviction is seen by their determination to serve his Guru and his Krishna. Because the more one is convinced about certain facts, so it comes into action also. So we have to also ask this honest question to ourselves, that how much I'm able to accept Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead, and if not, then why not? And then how I can actually be convinced of this fact. So this is how we should also go deeper in our being a genuine devotee. We shouldn't just think, oh, I know Krishna is God, and then we are not doing much. We have to honestly accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of God and be determined in our devotional service. So he's saying, Arjuna, after hearing the essential 4 verses of Bhagavad Gita in this chapter, became completely free from all doubts and accepted Krishna. So are we accepting Krishna as a Supreme Personality of God? And when you accept Krishna, then you can boldly declare to the entire world, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Like Prabhupada did declare that. Whole world had so many misconceptions, different ideas about God, so many things. Prabhupada was so bold. Somebody told, Prabhupada, can you just write International Society for God Consciousness? Prabhupada said, sorry. God is like very big. Who's God? Krishna. So International Society for Krishna Consciousness. You can see how bold Prabhupada was. So, because he accepted Krishna as Supreme Godhead, truly, see, he at once boldly declares, at once, it takes time. Prabhupada will not like, okay, I will first give some kind of superficial things and then I will tell you about Krishna, that Krishna is the Supreme Godhead. No. Prabhupada would be very direct. Most of his lectures you find, whether it is for anybody, meant for anybody, we talk about Krishna. Say, we understand Krishna as God, he will explain it. So, yes. So, you are Param Brahma, the Supreme Personality Godhead. And previously, Krishna stated that he is the originator of everything and everyone. Every demigod and every human being is dependent on him. Men and demigods, out of ignorance, think that they're absolute and independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That ignorance is removed perfectly by the discharge of devotional service. So demigod and human being is everyone is dependent on him. But sometimes men and demigods, we may think that we are absolute and independent of the Lord. So we get bewildered. We forget. So that's why we then act erratically. Like Indra, he was behaving not rightly. Erratically he was behaving because temporarily he got illusion. He was thinking maybe I'm the Lord of this universe, and he was very much hurt when he saw that how the Brajvasis are not offering worship and honor to me. Rather, they are just getting carried away by this small boy called Krishna. So he forgot that who is his master. So there's a tendency in us that we forget the Lord. Even though we may be devotees, also we forget the Lord. So as devotees, when we don't act properly, we act erratically. So that is because we forget ignorance. Out of ignorance, we start thinking, oh, I'm absolute, I'm independent. This is a mentality actually. Yes, we are devotees, but this kind of contaminations are there. And this kind of contaminations can be gradually fully removed by regular and consistent performance of devotional service. So, right, in that verse he says, that Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this can be established in our heart as an irrevocable fact, like that he writes in the translation. So that means one will be fully having this acceptance of Krishna's supremacy in his heart. So that happens when one gets purified from all ignorance by consistent performance of devotional service, a bona fide spiritual master. So one will be able to get purified of all that ignorance. So I'll just show you. Okay. The regular attendance in classes on Bhagavatam, by rendering rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart, that is anartha, and it is due to ignorance, is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. So loving service unto the Lord, who is praised with transcendental song, is established an irrevocable fact. Amazing. So it says, Bhaktir Bhavati Nastiki. So you get Nastiki Bhakti. That is irrevocable fact. You get firm conviction on Krishna's supremacy and his devotional service. So that's the result. So here the remedy for eliminating all inauspicious things within the heart, which are considered to be the obstacles in the path of self-realization. The remedy is the association of the Bhagavatas. Why? Because in association of Bhagavatas, you can perform devotional service very nicely. That's why we should always seek out association of devotees. More you seek out association of devotees, more you are safe and more you are having that inspiration to actually nicely perform devotional service. See, without association of devotees, our devotional service, our bhajan kriya will not happen properly. That's why Ata Sadhu Sangha, Ado Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, then bhajan kriya. So with some Shraddha, then we will have association of devotees. When association of devotees is there, then bhajan kriya will happen nicely. But association of devotee only we don't get much. We are in our own place, remotely situated, hardly any association, and eagerness is also not there. I think I am doing my own things. No, we should be very eager for association. We should hanker for association. The more we associate with devotees, Bhagavatas, the more our bhajan kriya will become strong. Because devotees are engaging in devotion very powerfully, and they will also inspire us. They will not leave us. They will say, Prabhu, chant 16 rounds very nicely. what about your quality? They will talk about it. And they will also talk about how we can increase our intensity and seriousness in devotion service. They will remind us of our goal of going back to God and not get stuck in so many varieties of other ideas in this world. So that's why association of Bhagavatas are very important. Those people who are very sincerely, seriously engaging in devotion service with the intention to attain the perfection of life, going back to God. So attaining love for Lord, awakening love for Lord. So such kind of serious devotee we should always aspire. This association should be aspired. Like he says, Bhakti Thakur, Mukti Mukti Spriha Vihina Je Bhakta, Labhaite Tako Sangha Rakta. Those are free from Mukti Spriha. Mukti means those are aspiring for material enjoyment, Mukti, liberation, and Spriha is Mukti Spriha Vihina. So basically, those are desiring of bhakti mukti. So we should, those who are not desiring, those free from all these aspirations, vihina je bhakta, devoid of all these desires. That means they are only desiring to have devotional service and going back to God. So we should seek association of such devotees, serious, great Vaishnavas. And by that, our bhajana kriya will become strong. Our chanting, why it is weak, our engagement in devotional service, why we fumble, why we are not having that kind of intensity and seriousness, because we have not associated with Bhagavatas nicely. You may say, no, Prabhu, but I got association at all. No, but then quality may not be there. Maybe you did not take it with very great eagerness and sincerity. So more we associate with devotees, our bhajan kriya will become powerful. Bhajan kriya becomes powerful, then anartha nivritti will happen. And more anartha nivritti, that means because of ignorance, all the anartha that is removed. Then more you get Dhrida Bhakti, Nastiki Bhakti. And that Nastiki Bhakti, what we are talking about, that irrevocable fact, like that. So then you'll be able to accept Krishna in full conviction, like that. And then that's how it, in turn, again, it makes our bhajan kriya very powerful, more, because then our bhajan will be much of different quality itself. And then ruchi, then asakti, then bhav and prema, all that stuff. So like that. That's why we should be very eager to associate with devotees. And so then he says, the ignorance is removed perfectly by the discharge of devotional service. This has already been explained in the verse by the Lord, the previous verse by the Lord. Now by his grace, Arjuna is accepting him as the supreme truth in concordance with the Vedic injunction. It is not that because Krishna is Arjuna's intimate friend, Arjuna is flattering him by calling him the supreme personality of God. That's absolute truth. Whatever Arjuna says in these two verses is confirmed by Vedic truth. Yeah. Vedic injunctions affirm that only one who takes to devotional service to the Supreme Lord can understand him, whereas others cannot. Each and every word of this verse spoken by Arjuna is confirmed by Vedic injunction. Yeah. So this is called Shastri Shraddha. There are two kinds of Shraddhas, Laukik Shraddha and Shastri Shraddha. Laukik Shraddha means when you just have some kind of faith due to some tradition, because people are saying your grandmother is telling. So like that, some good people have telling, so you can believe. But actually, the Shastri Shraddha means when your faith has got so deep in scriptures, and then you're able to accept the words of the scriptures because of your having firm faith in the scriptures. And that Shraddha is very, very vital for our steadiness. Otherwise, Laukik Shraddha may sometimes get shaken up, because people may sometimes get misled, or you may be put in some place where people are against God or something. Then you may get also confused and bewildered. That's why we should read books. That's why we should read books. Prabhupada would always say that my fear is that my devotees are not reading my books seriously. So my books are not only for distribution, but it's for reading. So one should scrutinizingly read Srila Prabhupada books. So there are some devotees who also do this. Like if they read some other book, even within ISKCON by some other Maharaja or any devotees, if they read, so then they will read 10 times more Srila Prabhupada books. So basically, we should not ever think that, okay, so many books I am reading, so let me, okay, that's good. You read whatever books based by any bona fide devotee in ISKCON. But we should not lose touch from Srila Prabhupada books. We should always keep Prabhupada books as center. Because in light with Srila Prabhupada books, we should see all other devotees also. At that, we can accept their teaching and get a better understanding of Prabhupada books also. So these devotees are actually trying to illuminate the teachings of Prabhupada. So, so we should also have this habit of reading Srila Prabhupada books directly, and surely we can read other devotees' book, other Maharaj books, nice. But that should, but we should not replace. We should not say, okay, I just read other books and I don't read Prabhupada books. That should not happen. So we should read Prabhupada books also. Very importantly, some Maharaj I am saying that they do this way. If they read other devotees' book, then they 10 times more. Suppose 1 hour you read, then 5 times something. Some number one devotee was saying that Maharaj that he reads like that, so that he will not neglect Srila Prabhupada. In the Kena Upanishad, it is stated that the Supreme Brahman is the rest for everything, and Krishna has already explained that everything is resting on him. The Mundaka Upanishad confirms that the Supreme Lord in whom everything is resting can be realized only by those who engage constantly in thinking of him. This constant thinking of Krishna is Smaranam, one of the methods of devotional service. It is only by devotional service to Krishna that one can understand his position and get rid of this material body. Devotional service to Krishna, one can understand the position. In the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is accepted as the purest of the pure. One who understands that Krishna is the purest of the pure can become purified from all sinful activities. One cannot be disinfected from sinful activities unless he surrenders unto the Supreme Lord. Arjuna's acceptance of Krishna as the Supreme Pure complies with the injunctions of Vedic literature. This is also confirmed by great personalities of whom Narada is the chief. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and one should always meditate upon him and enjoy one's transcendental relationship with him. He is the Supreme Existence. He is free from bodily needs, birth, and death. Not only does Arjuna confirm this, but all the Vedic literatures, the Puranas, and histories. In all the Vedic literatures, Krishna is thus described, and the Supreme Lord himself also says in the 4th chapter, although I am unborn, I appear on this earth to establish religious principle. He is the supreme origin. He has no cause, for he is the cause of all causes, and everything is emanating from him. This perfect knowledge can be had by the grace of the Supreme Lord. Arjuna expresses himself to the grace of Krishna. If we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, we should accept the statements in these 2 verses. This is called Parampara system, acceptance of the disciple succession. Unless one is in the disciple succession, he cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. It is not possible by so-called academic education. Unfortunately, despite so much evidence in the Vedic literatures, those proud of their academic education stick to their obstinate conviction that Krishna is an ordinary person. So this is the crux of this whole purport, that accept Krishna as Supreme Lord, and then our devotion service becomes better. So, yes, that faith we want, and that conviction and faith you can get from Bhagavatas. So they're accepting Krishna in their heart as an irrevocable fact. So we should associate those devotees, and then we'll also develop that conviction and serve those devotees and engage in devotional service. The purification of our heart, it will become more and more easy for us to accept more and more, with more and more conviction. Krishna being the Supreme Personality of God. Okay, so we'll pause here. We'll continue tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada Jai, Gaur Bhakti Jai, Jai Gaur Bhakti.